Okay, for this project, I'm going to be using Caron Simply Soft. It's a 4-ply worsted weight acrylic. You can use any 4-ply yarn that you have. And I'm going to be using a size H 5mm crochet hook. And we're going to be making this to start off. We're going to need to make 2 squares like this. This is the marielle lace stitch, and then it's just got single crochet around it. So I'll show you how to make that. You want to start off with a chain of 32. And the marielle lace stitch is done in multiples of 4. If you want to make it bigger, just keep it in a multiple of 4. So in the 6th one, we're going to triple crochet. So that's where you yarn over twice and go in. And then you go ahead and do your triple. And then we're going to do another triple in the same spot. This marielle stitch is really easy, I think. Like that. So you got 2 triple crochets in the same stitch. Now you want to chain 2. And then you want to go back into the same stitch again and do a double crochet. Like that. And then you want to skip 3 stitches. So skip, skip, skip. And then the next one, skip 3. The next one, we're just going to repeat that again. We're going to do a triple, another triple, and then we're going to do a chain 2 and go back into the same stitch and double crochet. Just like that. And that's what we're going to repeat for the entire length of the chain. Skip 3 stitches, so skip, skip, skip. And in the next one, we're going to do 2 triple crochets. 1, 2, and then we're going to do a chain of 2, go back into the same stitch, and double crochet. Skip 3, skip, 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 and in the next one, do 2 triples, chain 2, go back in the same stitch and do a double crochet, like that. Skip 3, and then in the next we'll do our 2 triples, a chain 2, and a double. And you just want to repeat this until you get to the end of your chain. Skip 3, skip, 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 and then the next we do 2 triples, chain 2, and a double. Skip 3, skip, 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 and then the next 2 triples, chain 2, double in the same stitch, like that. And then when you get to the end, you should have 2 stitches left. Go ahead and skip 1, and then the last one, triple crochet into the last one. Like that. And now this next row is the row that we're just going to keep repeating. We're going to chain 3 and turn. And now we're going to do what we just did, where we did the 3 triple, or we did 2 triples, a chain 2, and a double. We're going to do that again, but we're going to do it in every one of these chain 2 spaces from the previous row. So I'm going to go into the very first space and do 2 triples, a chain 2, and then a double, all into that space, just like that. Jump over to the next chain 2 space, and do it again. 2 triples, chain 2, and then a double, like that. Jump over to the next chain 2 space, and again 2 triples, chain 2, and a double. So you just want to repeat this to the end of the row, working in every one of these chain 2 spaces. Okay, when you make it to the end here of the second row, just go ahead and triple crochet here in the top of this chain here, that from the beginning. So just go ahead and triple crochet in the top of it, just like that. And then again, we're just gonna chain 3 and turn, and then we're gonna work again just like we did before in these chain 2 spaces from the previous round. And we'll do our 2 triples, chain 2, and then a double. Jump to the next one, 2 triples, chain 2, and a double. And you want to repeat that to the end of the row. Made it here to the end of my third row, and then again I'm just going to end it by putting a triple crochet into the top of this chain 3 from the previous round. So triple crochet into the top, and now we're just going to keep repeating. We're going to chain 3 again, turn, and we're just going to repeat working in these chain 2 spaces. 2 triples, a chain 2, and a double in every one of the chain 2 spaces. And then at the end we just end it with a triple crochet down here, and chain 3 and turn and do it again. And you want to do that for a total of 8 rows. So we're on our 4th one now, so we're halfway there, but you need to make two of them with 8 rows. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and then we'll go around it with single crochet. Okay, once you get your 8 rows done, now you can tie off here at this point if you want, and then start going around it, or you can just continue where you ended off at. I'm going to continue. So I just did my last triple crochet here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chain 1, and now I'm going to start working down this side. And you want to put 1 single crochet in every stitch. You want to evenly space out your single crochets, because it's going to be hard to see kind of where they're supposed to go, because you're working in these chain 3s and on the sides of these triple crochets. But just do your best to kind of space them out evenly. So I'm just going to come over here and start by putting 1 single crochet, evenly spacing out single crochets the best that I can, just space them out. And you want to do that until you get down here to this corner. Made it down here to this corner. You want to just go into the corner stitch and do a single crochet, and then you want to chain 2, go back into the same stitch and do another single crochet. So that's how we're going to do all the corner stitches. It's going to be a single crochet, a chain 2, and another single crochet. And now we're just going to work again, putting 1 single crochet in every stitch, or evenly spacing them out, just like this, all the way down until you get to the other corner. And at that corner you'll do the same thing. You'll do a single crochet, a chain 2, and another single crochet, all into the same corner stitch. And we're going to repeat this all the way around until we get back to our starting point. So just like this, all the way around, do your corner, chain 1, or you do your corner single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, I'm sorry, and then single crochet up the side, and then you do your corner again, single crochet all the way back to your starting point. I made it all the way around, and I'm coming back to my starting point, and I want to make sure I do my corner here at the end. My last stitch should be the quarter, because if you started up here, you still got to do the corner. So you want to single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet. And then now we're back to where we started. And if you want to put a stitch marker here, you can, because I'm going to be working in around. Otherwise, if you can remember where you're at, that's fine. But I'm just going to go ahead and jump over to my very first single crochet and single crochet again. And I'm going to keep going around now, putting 1 single crochet in every stitch, just like this, until I get over here to the corner. Make it to the corner again, that chain 2 space. You want to go into that and do a single crochet, a chain 2, and another single crochet, all into that little corner spot. And then you just turn the corner again and continue across, putting 1 single crochet in every stitch, just like this, until you get to the next corner. Till you get down here, and then in this corner spot you do the same thing. You do a single, a chain 2, and another single, and you do this all the way around, doing every corner the same. You get back around to the beginning, you just move your stitch marker up if you used one. If not, just continue around again. Keep doing the same thing, and you want to do 4 rounds of single crochet. You made it all the way around and you did 4 rows. You just want to slip stitch into your first single crochet, and you can tie that off. And remember, you need to do 2 pieces the same. And once you get them done, what you want to do is I'm going to make, I already got mine made, but this is for the side. What you want to do is count, because yours might be different than mine, since we kind of just space these out, these single crochets out. You might not have the exact same number I do, and that's fine. But what you want to do is, we don't count the top here. Make sure your stitches are facing upright, and this is the top, so we don't count that. But we're going to start here, and you want to count your stitches all the way down. Make sure you count 2 for the corner, all the way down the bottom, back up to this side. So all 3 sides, not counting the top. And however many number of stitches you have, that's what you want to start your chain out as. So I had 102 stitches on mine. Remember, yours might be different, but you want to start it out for that many and then add 2 more. So I'm just going to do a short little example here, because I already got mine done. But once you get your long chain made, what you want to do, you add 2 more to it, and then we're just going to half double crochet in the 3rd stitch from the hook on your long chain, and then it's just 1 half double crochet in every stitch until you get to the end of your chain. So go all the way to the end of your long chain with 1 half double in every stitch, like that. And then when you get to the end of your chain, you chain 2 and turn your work, and then you just continue across again, putting 1 half double in every stitch. So it's just rows of half double crochet. And you can actually do as many rows as you want, but I just did 4. But if you want to make the center part of your bag thicker, you can do as many as you want. So once you get yours done and you get it as thick as you want, okay, I'm going to go ahead and start sewing it together, starting in this chain 2. I'm going to go into that and then into the corner on this piece. Pull my yarn through, chain 1, I'm going to go back through it again, same stitches, single crochet. And now I'm just going to work my way down, matching up the stitches and single crocheting it together. Going in a stitch on this piece, and then the next stitch on this piece, single crochet, and next stitch, and the next stitch on this piece, single crochet, and I'm just going to do this all the way down. And actually, if you don't want to see your stitches, like you can kind of see my single crochet, if you don't want to see that, you could just sew it wrong side out, your back is facing you, and then flip it right side out at the end, and then you won't be able to see the seam that well. But I kind of wanted it to be visible, so that's why I'm doing it this way. So it's really up to you how you want to do it. So I'm just going to work around doing this, single crocheting my pieces together. Just like that. And I'm going to do it all the way down. And I'll remember I'm going to put 2 in the corners where that chain 2 is. And then I'm just going to go across the bottom, working 1 single crochet and sewing it together, and then I'm going to go up to this side and ending. And then what I'll do is I'll just start with the other pieces sewing it on. I got both sides sewed up on both sides. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go across the top and the top sides with 1 row of single crochet. So I'm just going to start, you can start anywhere that you want. Just going to go in, start with chain 1, go back into the same stitch I just started in, and single crochet. Now I'm just going to work my way across, putting 1 single crochet in every stitch all the way around the whole top. Just like that, and you want to keep going across. And a single crochet across the top here, and when you get to the side, you just want to continue, you just want to single crochet around. Just like this. Just keep going around. And then on the side here, you're kind of be going in the sides of these half doubles, so just do your best to space them out again like we did before, but just continue around like this, and then when you get to the other side you just continue around. Some of these are hard to tell. And my yarn keeps splitting. There we go. And then you just continue around to the other side. Just like that. And I'm just going to continue going around and then around to the side and back to my starting point. And then I'll just slip stitch into my first single crochet and then tie off. And I got that finished. Now for the handle, you can do any type of handle that you want. You could put 1 long one or 2 short ones or 1 short one, whatever you want. I actually have some handles that I got off an old bag, so I'm just going to sew these on with my yarn needle. I think I might have used these for another bag, but I'm going to use them for this one for now until I get some different ones. But I'm just going to put them on here, and I'm just going to sew, kind of just put the even them out. But if you don't want to buy handles or you don't have them, just make some out of yarn. That's fine. And these rings were attached, and I'm just going to sew them on with my yarn needle real quick. I finished sewing on these handles, and once you're finished with your handles, that's all I'm going to do. I am going to put add a liner to it, but I'm going to do that off camera because it takes me a little while to do it. But I do have tutorials on how to do that, so you can check my channel out and you'll find that. But that's all I'm going to do. This is the main portion of the bag. Like, I mean, you can do your handles however you want and then line it and everything. But I might add some beads or something, but I'm not sure. Well, I hope you were able to follow along okay, and I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to check me out on Facebook. I'll put a link below to my Facebook page. And until next time, have a good night.